There we go. Hello,
Hey,
Nicholas.
hello, Zanongar. How are you, man?
Yeah, doing good. My sleep schedule is completely wrecked though. Like I'm basically
Oh, man.
up all night every day for like a week straight.
What? Because of work,
I've
I
become a
assume?
vampire, man.
Uh,
No, it's just I've attended some of Mr. Max's live stream and I want to catch
oh,
some of the a couple of the American streams, and when I do, I wreck my whole
yeah.
schedule. Yeah.
Yeah,
I've
like some
I've
of your games I
considered
don't watch. Like, I do want to
yeah,
rewatch because it's late for me as well.
yeah. It's just not feasible. It's not
Well,
it's not reasonable to do so, especially for me. It's literally 3
yeah.
a.m. when they start. S-
Oh,
Yeah. But I gotta get a reason to catch just go to bed when I'm not sleepy at all. Maybe I just like don't eat anything, so that because having like heavy food in the stomach
oh
just
yeah,
keeps
yeah.
me
Yeah,
going. It like I get tired, but I don't get sleepy.
I see. Yeah. I think you're not supposed to eat after 8 or something because that's when your
Yeah,
body
yeah, yeah.
like is just reserves fat or something, so you don't really get any nutrition.
Yeah, because I'm up
Plus,
so
messing
late.
with yeah.
It's like yeah, dinner is like 2 a.m. It's not helping me. It's also not helping my wife. I've just made it
Yeah,
worse for her too.
you're you're being I forgot the word. I forgot the
Night
word.
owl?
And never mind. And yeah, when like you become like a hindrance for everyone. There's a word. I forgot it.
Oh. Well, I am being hindrance to everyone.
Yeah, gotta step up,
Okay.
man.
Okay, let's
But
see.
yeah, you wanna. Yeah.
Oh wait, it's up there already. I want to see if I can just like have it saved on the side. Yeah, like this, like so I can add it to stage
Yeah.
and start. It's all good. So, yeah. So 4D tweakers definitely ripping off the name from Mr. Max.
Yeah.
I don't know who started it, but
I mean,
yeah, tweakers. It's
yeah.
perfect,
I
right?
think it was Phil. I think it was Phil.
Phil? Phil?
I
Oh,
think it was
okay.
him.
Oh,
Yeah, I mean they come up
yeah.
with all the words. We were just the plebs for
Yeah,
now. You gotta you
for,
know the
for
cult.
us to steal.
We gotta work our way up in the cult.
Oh God. I hope not.
Yeah.
Well,
But there's the sacrifice, you
definitely.
know.
Yeah. Yeah, I've asked to join a game, and Phil was like you don't really have a 4D session up on YouTube yet. And I replied with, "I'll show you. I'll show you a 4D session. You gotta ask for me to be in your game."
Yeah. Was it the Rising Sands one?
Are you full of yourself, Shatsu?
What?
Was it
I'm
the
recording.
Rising Sands one?
No,
Yeah. No.
it's one of on Discord that they have not started yet.
Oh, okay.
So it's yeah, yeah. I don't want to spoil anything because
Oh
nothing's
yeah,
set
yeah.
in
You should. You
stone.
probably
So
should. Yeah. Yeah. Probably for the best.
so
Yeah, man. We
uh
played a full
mm,
session
yeah,
in 3/4D.
full. That's true. I do believe we can call it 4D. Um so
Yeah.
I mean we can start with that. What makes a session 4D instead of 3D? What do you think? Like let's get
The
some
main element
definitions in
is
here.
co-creation, right? Yeah. The
Yeah,
co-creation part, because like both of them, you are in character all the time. The main
yeah,
difference is in 4D, the players are encouraged to add elements narratively as well,
yeah, yes.
which did happen during the game. Especially you, I think you done it the most. Like I was not really pushing it that much. I think there's only one part in the beginning where I can say I foredid something. That's something maybe I want to try a little bit more on the next session. But yeah, the co-creation, you know, that's
Yeah,
the cherry.
for sure. Co-creation and like with that just like summoning something on screen that was not described by the
Yeah.
game master, by the well, what's the word? Like what do the
The
others like
runner.
to use? I like game master. It's like, you're the boss. You're
Yeah,
in
I
control.
usually say
People hate it
narrator.
because they don't want him to have the control, or
Yeah, yeah, but like I guess in our games, the players are more in control than the
yes,
DM,
yeah,
the GM. Like the GM still has the overall like controlling, reacting as a world, but as
yeah,
far as direction go, players are in control. Like they
yeah,
decide like what's going to happen because their characters will do so and so.
yeah. I've completely messed up the premiere for today because I've accidentally set it for tomorrow. And so I've
I
noticed
saw it.
after it should have started. Yeah.
It was like in 23
So
hours. I'm like, okay, so it's for tomorrow.
yeah. So I changed it like last minute before I left the house. Like, damn it, I have to go back. Put it for like 9 o'clock. Yeah, like it's running for an hour
Yeah, but
now.
it's okay.
So that
It's gonna be saved on YouTube. So
yeah, it's gonna be. But I don't think like
the good part.
I have to wait like for the premiere to end to like show all of it.
No, I
So I'm
think
not sure about.
you can go back on the scroll thing
Yeah, I
because
can go back.
it is
Yeah,
as if it was it is as if it was live.
yeah. So gotta see. Let's add it to the stage. We got the game. We got our session, and at the
Yeah,
start,
yeah.
I mean,
I just want to
one part.
do this.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, go. Just disclaimer for anyone listening to this. My mic was crap at the beginning, and like we fixed this, but I'm sorry you have to endure this. Like I'm really sorry for everyone. I just want to put
Yeah,
that out of the account and
gonna see if we got the start of the game. You can just start with you.
That occurs once in a while that rumbles, and if you have things on the table, they'll
I think he's
shudder
explaining to
from one side.
Spencer here.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, as like you're looking for the right timestamp. Another thing, like at the
Yes.
beginning of the game, like I was jittering for some reason, and you
Yeah.
can hear. I don't know. You can hear my voice. I'm like,
Yeah.
I was kind of nervous for some reason at the beginning. Like after a while, I was like, okay, I'm more comfortable. But you can hear in my voice
I've
like
had
the jittering.
yes, I've had the same reaction. I was like, "Don't pick me. I don't want to go first. Pick somebody else." I'm still creating the scene in my
Exactly.
head. I'm
Exactly.
mindscaping like live on stage. Don't call me up. Like the painting's not
Yeah.
finished yet. That's what I'm thinking. I'm looking up descriptions
Exactly.
for flowers that I want to use. Like that's what I'm doing. I'm on
Yeah,
Google
yeah.
right now. I'm on Google
You're doing
typing
like
in winter flowers, like flowers in the winter.
like when you're a child, like at school, and teachers collecting homework. Like, oh man, I gotta finish this real quick
Yeah.
before it gets to my table.
Yeah, you got 2 minutes. He's starting at the back, but you sit in the front, so he will reach you
Exactly.
in 30 seconds, and you're just like 12, 17. Like this is all wrong, but I'm putting it in, so it looks like I did something.
Yeah. I didn't want to start either. Like I knew like okay, Spencer's not gonna start because I don't know if
Yes.
I don't know if you mentioned, but Spencer he got in like
Not yet,
last
not
minute,
yet.
right? Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. Spencer jumped in a play left right before the show, which is always sad. Nobody likes that. Sometimes it's inevitable, but this time it's like, oh man, it's just disappointing. There's no other way to say it.
Yeah.
So Spencer was our hero of the night for sure, jumping
Exactly.
in, like skimming the
He did
rules,
well.
being there, yeah, like just staggering all over us.
Exactly.
Yeah, he's the professional for sure.
Yeah.
All right. So, do you have a specific part you would like to see, or like I got it at the start where you start talking at the moment, like the beginning of the session?
Yeah. Yeah, at the beginning, like just that I was like nervous, and you can clearly hear in my voice. Like, if you just
Yeah.
play a little part of me speaking, you'll see me like stuttering a bit.
Okay, let's do it.
I am walking through some metallic halls of the observatory, a very gaunt and physically frail man. And I
Make it a
open
bit louder.
a massive door, a very dark chamber, and I look down and I project my voice. It is I, Calivas. I request a humble audience with the priests.
Go ahead.
Exactly, yeah.
Oh.
I was like, Calivas. You can hear like at the end of the sentence, like, I'm still jittering. I guess I foredid the, it's dark, but it was not like a big addition. I was kind of expecting, I knew there was a chance that he would start with me because of the temple, that being like one of the main things of the Rhumba. So
Yeah,
like,
it's a
I already
core
kind of,
piece.
yeah, that scene, like, that's something that I already had like kind of envisioning. Yeah, like I want to have an audience with the high priest, but I didn't.
Yeah.
I really like the way Rick riffed it with him coming out of the liquid. Like, okay, that's cool. I didn't imagine that, so I was glad I let him describe that, because I don't think that if I had made it, it would be as cool as the white liquid, like emerging. I imagine, like, I don't know if you
Yeah.
watched the new Dune movie when the Baron comes out of the black
Oh, yeah.
liquid. Kind of like that,
Yes,
yeah.
definitely. I got the reference immediately. Like, Rick just stole from Dune.
Yeah, that's what it was. But except with
Yeah.
fat guys, like a skeleton thin guy.
So in my
And
head, I
it's
was
white.
like, yeah, the priests are pretty benign, they're benevolent. And when like the head priest shows up, like getting out of the liquid, it's like floating with tendrils. Like, I don't know if he's fat. I don't remember if he described him as fat, but yeah,
No,
maybe we can get to that
describe
part.
it. Yeah.
Let's see if he describes him.
The nano priests of the higher order.
Oh yeah, they let you through first. So
as they are, say,
okay, there we go.
Most devout worshippers, they allow you through. The door opens.
I always like sound effects.
And behind the great Adaval,
you see him looking up the name right now. I love it.
I thought he was like, he made up at the spot, and then, okay, I need to write this if I reference it later. That's the impression I got. But maybe he was
that's
looking
also
at
possible. One of the things I do,
I was typing as well.
Yeah, I took some notes too. So I have a list of 10 names or 12 names written up that sound like regional-ish, and for males and females. Like 8 males, 4 females, something like that.
Oh, yeah.
And then if I know,
DM,
like,
or I mean, when you
when
you are kind of,
Oh, that works too. Yeah, totally. Because when I think of a name, I'm thinking like, what name should be here? Like, what makes it cool? What makes it like a fantasy or a sci-fi? Like, what makes it bland? Do I just use Boris Johnson, John Smith, or Benjamin Button?
Yeah.
Like, do I use German names? Do I go Scandinavian? Like, get like a northern impression? Like, do I go for some African sounds or like an Indians that like nobody can spell out anyways? So it sounds very alien, like something like that.
Yeah.
Or Japanese.
I like to mix.
So, oh yeah, that works.
Yeah.
Maybe
get two
like
different,
cities,
like unrelated. Yeah. Yeah, like get two unrelated cultures, mix a name, because that will sound alien. Especially if it's not your culture.
Yes, if it's like a fantasy culture, for sure. And see, I want to hear him talk about the fat priest. Yeah. That's
Lord Priest of all nanos, connected with red ropey tendrils coming off of him.
Very evocative.
As he emerges from a milky white mixture down below, a large pool, and he comes forth from it practically naked, but the robes come down from up above and start covering his body,
Oh.
draping over him. And he says, "Come forth, my son." It's ancient growl in his voice.
Master class in descriptions with Rick, right? So you see the experience, like that was like visually, inciting. It's perfect.
For sure. It's like, do I want the master priest to be naked? No, like there's a robe coming down that covers him because
Yeah.
he's not naked. That would be
But
like a comedy element.
I
Like
feel like a
nobody
movie
is allowed to
censor
laugh
thing.
at the emperor. What?
Yeah. I imagine more
Yeah,
like a
movie
movie
censor, yeah.
censor, because like they don't want to show like a full nudity, so like there's a shoulder right
Yeah.
in front of like the guy's genitals or something like that. That's how I imagine.
Also, because I'm going to the Dune scene, I'm thinking he's fat, but he wasn't described as.
Yeah. So it's in your head canon he can be fat. Mine he's like super thin. All the priests are kind of thin in my mind.
It makes sense. Makes sense to me for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like an ascetic lifestyle, like type deal.
I think the implants.
Yeah.
I imagine like kind of like a parasitic relationship with the implants and the machine. So machine is kind of feeding off of their bodily energy. Yeah.
One of the things I liked of your description, it was very early on where you said the metallic hallway, like the hall with like metallic pedals, something like that. And I was thinking like, okay, we are playing like a medieval setting with big fantasy sci-fi elements. So when you said metallic, like it's a metallic hallway, for me, it made it clear, oh yeah, the priests are quite advanced in comparison to like normal civilization, which makes it fit for me, like for nanos, like makes sense for me. So I was able to think like, okay, it's not like an old temple out of stone or wood, but oh yeah, you got metallic hallways.
Yeah, I was imagining like it's so old, like they didn't build this in my mind. Like this is not set for anyone listening, but like I imagine they didn't build it, so this is so ancient. It's like for them it's basically alien technology. But yeah, metallic.
Yeah.
So I'm glad it worked to like invoke this idea of it's something greater than themselves.
Yeah, it can be great contrast, especially when you try. That's what we are doing, right? We are trying to establish the setting. So how do we do that? Like, why is a metallic hallway weird and different? It's the contrast to everything else, right? Like in a dungeon, you wouldn't walk down a metallic hall in Dungeons and Dragons. That would stand out.
Exactly. Yeah.
I want to see if we can get to my points of when I do my first scene. What do you think?
Yeah, you can go ahead. Like you did really well with the descriptions. I feel like.
Well, let's hear the descriptions.
When you describe your things. Yeah, when you're describing like the workshop, like I had a vivid image in my head. It was very easy to imagine it. So yeah, I think you did well on that part.
Oh, nice. Thank you.
There's another part I had as well. When we like kind of heading to the main to the gates. But I'll leave you to speak when we get there. But there's one comment, one cool thing that you did as well.
Okay.
Communications device.
Oh yeah, he was sending you something, and then he kind of like cut you off.
Yeah, I was ready to. Okay, I'll go back to it later.
Gwyneth the Right.
Let's go. Let's see it happen.
Gwyneth the Right.
He gave you the signal to like go on, and now I'm already thinking. Waiting a second. Okay, good. Is Nicholas talking? Is he not talking? I will start the scene. Like that's what I'm doing. I'm like, okay, do I start running or not? I'm not sure. I guess I start running outside. Yeah, there I go.
It's time to shine.
Yes. Rick
But you
gave me
did
the
well on the
signal,
first
but
scene.
Nicholas is not finished yet. It's like, no,
Yeah.
I don't want to stop Nicholas.
Round robin, like Shoner says. Yeah, but like
Yes.
if Rick said like, okay, yeah, he's the director, so
Yes. Yeah, you step back, which is very respectable. I would have definitely just said my piece anyways. Like, do I do it or do I not? If it's a question, I just do it and deal with the consequences.
yeah, yeah. You don't ask for permissions. You only apologize.
Yeah, yeah. But Rick was, he was trying to get to the next scene, so everybody gets some interaction right, and then the other players get to do something, so we all get something and don't have to wait forever.
Yeah.
So it all makes sense. It's all very sensible. I was also like waiting for you to be like ready to leave, like turn around to start exiting or something like that, and then switch. So it also like took me off guard for a second.
Yeah, because when he returns to me, I pretty much just described me leaving the temple and like heading, to the back of the Rhumba, which I kind of knew was where your workshop was in the game. Because I was like mindful of that, like I don't want to hog the time because we are separate. Like I don't want to extend. I want to get us together as soon as possible so we can interact in player. Because that's the coolest part for me, being character together. So I was trying to be mindful of that.
I was completely ignoring that, and we will see this now because this scene will take forever until I allow Rick to talk to me. So let's go.
Yeah, no, but like I said, like
digging.
You described it well. Like you described the workshop really well. Like let us hear it.
Okay. Outside in the cold, digging up in the garden a couple of flowers, hastily bringing them inside, protecting them from the snow, going through the door of a 2-story building, looking around in my house in the open. A small detail I throw in, those I do very conscious. Outside in the cold. I want to establish that we are in a tundra and the weather conditions. So I'm already like 4Ding the weather. It's one of the points I was very like, are we in the tundra? I'm not sure. I want to ask Rick before we start the session because I don't want to like establish the weather. It's completely different.
I was expecting him to say something about the tundra. So again, for whoever may be watching this, we agreed that would start the game on a tundra. But that was not. He didn't describe, because usually the GM describes like the place you start, right? Like the weather and whatever. So I think Rick was just trying like to measure us.
Yes, the first scene was Rick telling Calavas, and that's what he said, and he just waited for Nicholas to start the scene. So we
I
just
started
go with
inside.
Yeah. Right. Yes.
It wasn't. But I like again, like the one after like we leave, you mentioned like the snow falling on you, like watching you doing that, like he's like grounding, like I should start doing that a little bit more as well, because that helps bring cohesion to the scene, especially then, because like I got what you're doing, then I start doing, then everybody starts doing it, the scene becomes very like crispy clean, like this is happening.
Yeah, that's a part where like a scene becomes 3-dimensional, right? Like you rotate the camera, and now you can imagine what's in the room or what's in the scene. So the other thing I did was mentioning a 2-story building, like it's bigger, and that it's my house. And I just say my house in the scene. I'm not all I'm talking to is who's listening, right? They need to understand like where I'm going in is where I belong, so that Rick can immediately think, is my family here? Like what is in here? Like it belongs to me. So I don't want Rick to tell me how it looks like. Right? That was a thing important to me, because I had a vision. And if he starts describing, like if I stop here entering my house and I take a break, Rick or a different game master might think, okay, I should like describe how it looks like inside, and I'm being like, no, I'm not done talking. I want to describe what it looks like.
Exactly. I think
So
like those are like personal things to the character, which like I don't know. Most players
yes,
feel like they are attached to their character. At least I am, like to a certain level
yeah,
attached. So like I want to describe my character, and their house is part of it. The character,
yeah,
you know, same thing. Like, oh, I have a brother, I have a child. You know, like I
yeah.
this is within the what can I say, like the
Okay.
sphere of my character. I want to describe that.
Let's see the rest of me talking, and then we cut off Rick and talk about the rest of the scene. Design, interior, one part, kitchen and open room. A second part, the mechanics workshop I've installed to work on my plans, and I take my cap to keep myself warm from the frost, saying, "Looks like I've saved another one. I believe those are snowdrops." Talking towards a machine that is an orb set into an altar full of mechanical cables and blinking lights that show something like it's loading, possibly. Inside, a lot of flower pots are hanging at the. Also, I'm continuing describing the scene. Like, this could have been a perfect moment to stop, let Rick react, but I keep going because, like, I'm not done yet.
They're important bullet points here I have to cover. Yeah. No, but like I said, like because the workshop was like an important part, because we were all in there. But I don't know. I felt like it was
Yeah.
okay. I didn't feel like you did too much. I don't know what Rick thinks.
Let's get the description done. The windows on ropes, on strings, as I'm planting the snowdrops in another ways, making sure they survive the cold tundra. Also, establishing the motive of what I'm doing. Well, I guess the last description is like taking the guessing work out of what I'm doing and why I'm doing it. Because somebody could have just asked me, like in character, or I could have just talked about like let Rick react and then say to the orb, like, oh yeah, gotta make sure they survive the winter time here in the tundra, and that way I would break it up more. But somehow, for some reason, I had it in my head like I need to explain everything. Like I was, well, I don't think it's too bad, but I know it's 90 seconds of me talking.
Yeah, but he cuts you right after a while here and goes to Spencer, doesn't he?
Yeah, I mean, now Rick reacts.
A cord from the machine before you slinkers over towards your hand and gracefully encompasses it lovingly.
Put my other hand on it. Yeah, like he stopped for a second. I was like, oh, okay, I should react. But Rick wasn't finished. He was thinking of how to how to continue the scene.
Yeah. Like at the beginning, I think we all like we were speaking with it's like long pauses. Like I think it took us like some warming up to get into character, because again during the middle I feel like things was just flowing naturally. We'd speak without pauses, then we'd go to the next guy, and
For sure, yeah, totally. So I mean that's the scene I wanted to show. I was, while watching on my walk, I was thinking, is 90 seconds too long? And I guess I was thinking about it because of the talks about time violation, right? Like take the one thing you're doing, and then we allow the world to catch up, like all the other players to do something. And I guess it's okay here because we are setting the scene. And while we set the scene, we want to make sure that what's important is mentioned, so that the rest can be filled in like by the others, right? I guess it's my question to you because I'm not sure
Yeah,
if
like
it's
again,
right.
yeah. I didn't feel like you took too much time, but that could be. I mean, again, this is just my gut feeling. Like I feel like, oh, okay, like this is cool, Like
Yeah.
maybe I even thought maybe I should have done a little bit more of that with the temple.
Hmm.
But for me, it was okay. But again, I am guilty of like the slow burn guy. I am the slow burn guy. Like I don't mind slow scenes when there's no action. I don't mind things to be slow when there's no action. I kind of enjoy it.
Yeah,
So maybe I'm not the
letting the
best to ask this
camera
question.
linger. Like the event happens, but the
Yeah,
camera
I like
lingers
that.
on the moment. Yeah, me too.
Yeah,
I like that too.
like, I
But
like that.
maybe I like it here because it's my home, I wanna like live
Yeah,
my second life, but in a role-playing game. So I'm totally fine
exactly.
spending as long as possible here. Like I don't need to leave this place. It's beautiful. It's like everything I want, I need. Like I'm safe. Nobody can stab me in the back.
Exactly. It
Yeah.
was cool. Like it was. I don't know. Like I said, I enjoyed seeing things build up in front of me.
Yeah, yeah. I would love to find a scene where I describe the plant when you ask me if something is edible. That I really liked it, and I also had a lot
Oh
of
yeah.
issues with it. So let's see.
It's after Spencer.
I'm gonna try and machine that is an orb set. Okay, that's the beginning. So you were visiting me. It was sometime later.
Awaits your response.
It's the machine with the coordinates. I kiss it and raise up to the that.
What?
It's after that because I leave, then he cuts
Oh,
back to
yes.
Spencer. Then when he comes back to me, I'm like I skip time to be already like I already walked 2 kilometers to get in your house.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
like I'm not gonna describe
You're
me just
seeing
walking the streets.
for sure. For sure.
And he goes back to helping other customers.
Okay.
They smile to others, and I make my way.
Making my way to my place. Let's see. Let's get to the
Pillars in the area as the vines are crawling and blooming. Of he lets you on.
All right. Now we got to the point where Rick describes my house, and I'm thinking like, oh no. In my head, I'm like, oh, did he misinterpret how my house looks like? Is he describing like summertime here now? Because I'm trying to save my garden from being too long in the tundra, and he's describing it very beautifully, right? So in my head, I'm like,
But
I'm on alert for some stupid reason. I'm not quite sure if I should be or if I should just chill out.
what I got from it was like that because it was inside. Inside is kind of a greenhouse, so that's why the plants inside are good. That's what I got.
Yeah. I was thinking like I would have a garden because I'm a family man at this point, and I had a reason. Like I was thinking, oh yeah, my wife used to do the garden. Now I gotta like tend. I want to tend to it, like because she can't. Right? That's in my head.
Yeah.
So gotta make sure this the garden stays good because the daughters love it, and I love it, and she loves it. So,
Yeah.
but it's my job now, and I'm horrible at it.
On through and opens
Admiring
the back.
the machinery.
Back large garden area of Gwyneth's, tending has provided much foliage in the area, numerous flowers, and tendrils twining up, different pillars in the area as the vines are crawling and blooming pink and purple flowers everywhere. You see Gwyneth's dwelling just beyond that is.
Yes, I was also a bit confused because the other guy that we skipped over, Jensen, he opens like a door. So I was thinking, wait, are
He
you
opens like
inside or not?
you know.
Yeah.
I think it's describing
Yeah,
like rooms with like separate rooms inside the.
but now that I listen to it again, I guess what he means is like he opens the fence and you go like through the fence. So you see the back side of the garden that's outside with pillars and everything. Or if it's inside. I
I
cannot
imagine
tell. Like, I legit cannot tell.
Huh.
So they had me
I
confused
imagine
in
like all
the moment
inside.
too.
Like to me, I was inside in my head already, but I was like,
Yeah.
so, okay. What I imagine is like a big open room with all the plants there, and I just
Yeah.
crossed this room to get to you. That's what was going on in my mind. Maybe I stopped in the middle
Makes
to admire a plant, but and call to
yeah.
you.
It makes sense. It makes sense to me. So I'm now like trying to react like, okay, good. I'm in the scene, you're in the scene, gotta make sure that I don't like immediately negate what was described because I try not to do that, but I'm like,
Yeah.
what
Actually,
is the description?
yeah, my house.
Yes, exactly. I'm trying not to actually wreck here. Really, really, really
hmm
try not to. And I do sometimes. I do sometimes.
That's a good
Oh,
point because how much had you envisioned your house before the start of the game? Like how much had you like conceptualized like the rooms?
not much. I had
You understand my
Rick
question?
asked us. Yes, Rick asked us when we before we started, like, yeah, we're gonna start with a scene. So all of you think of the first scene you wanna do, like imagine it, and that's how we are going to start, right? So I was thinking,
But did
I
you have
know
a
where I'm
layout
going
in
to
mind?
start. No, I was thinking I'm gonna be in my garden, taking care of the flowers, to take them inside and save as many of them as possible, right? Make sure that they're safe from the tundra. So I'm going to go into my house and show the workshop and the kitchen and my wife.
All right.
That's it.
I asked you because I think it could have hurt you a little, like hurt the game a little if you had like this layout drawn out and then Rick was kind of without knowing would like add stuff to it, but that's not what happened. So okay, because
Yeah,
like I
yeah.
didn't visualize
And
much like the temple. To me, it's very vague. Like I'm just going with the moment.
and if I had a layout, would I just want to like show it to Rick so he knows what I know? So if we go back and forth, that we can go from the same assumptions, or is that
Yeah.
already like way too much to ask for in a
Uh,
4D session?
I mean, if you like give like a gridded, like isometric, maybe that's a bit too much. But I think like a few layouts, yeah, like there's this. I don't think that's too much. You know.
Yeah. Yeah. Like if you have a fitting picture, throw it in there. Yeah, my house is something like that. And you throw in the picture of what do you
Yeah.
imagine?
Exactly.
Yeah.
I don't think
Okay.
that's too much.
Okay, I'm gonna try to find the scene where we talk about the plants that is growing up. Oh, yeah, there we go. So let's see. Before I start talking, let's get Nicholas talking here.
But no hug this time. Come here, my friend.
Giving
The
a side hug with one arm, closing with the other door. I'm ignoring Rick. I'm finishing what I started to say.
The orb
Yeah, go on,
turns
go on. But there's
like it's looking at Calavez, extends out a tendril towards him.
At this point, you were still confused, like what's going on with the orb, right?
your face, yeah. I'm I'm still confused. Like on the rewatch, I was watching your reaction. I could see your face, like no, but I thought it was just a machine. Like I felt bad. Like yeah, but that you know part of the thing. I had not realized
and
it was the wife. Yeah.
yes, and for sure, I wonder the confusion is part of for the viewers. They're supposed to be confused. It's a big point for my
Yeah, I mean
character,
it's the
and so he
reveal.
wouldn't
Yeah,
explain it. He wouldn't explain anything. It's completely normal, right? And everybody, like the close
yeah.
relatives, they all
I think you.
understand. And, yeah,
Yeah, it's a normal thing. Like I get you
and,
totally.
and
I think
definitely,
in the first
yeah,
your
yeah. Like
first scene you mentioned like you call her wife or love or something, but I didn't catch that.
I called her. I said her name at some point. In like somewhere in this
Yeah,
scene,
I
I
think
called. I talked about Cherry, but I didn't say that I'm looking at the orb, like that I pointed her or something like that. So I let it. I literally
Mm,
like just threw a name in, and Rick might have thought that my daughter is called Cherry or that my wife is called Cherry, but he doesn't know for sure. Okay,
yeah.
let's
What did
see.
like you told me right? Like I raised.
Yeah.
I think we have a little delay, but yeah. You told me like I knew that
Oh yeah,
Cherry. I
yeah.
knew that name Cherry was your wife, so, but I didn't catch you referring to the Orbis Cherry. Otherwise, I would have like oh okay, and I would have played this first scene
Yeah.
better. You know.
That's part of the confusion of I wrote you like 2 lines of oh yeah, that's what's happening. Like what, 30 minutes before he started playing, something like that. Because in my head I was thinking, oh
Yeah.
yeah, Rick said we're gonna go through like talk about the connection stuff of our backgrounds before we start playing. So I was ready to start with it, like when we start a call, like get you in and talk with Rick about it so that everybody's on the same page. But we didn't. We we got Spencer up on
Yeah. I think it
speed.
was because of time.
Yes. All right. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Mm.
That's right. Yeah. Rick had something to do, and
He had to
Spencer
leave,
too.
so I think Rick was okay. We cannot lose.
Yeah,
Yeah, we cannot lose time. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, for sure. I was ready to be like, guys, I got 4 or 5 hours. Let's do this as long as it takes. Like, I'm down. I got my food beforehand, even. Like, I was 1 hour too early
Yeah.
because I didn't know when it starts exactly. So
Mm.
I already ate. I'm like waiting. I'm just taking notes. Like, are we starting? Oh, it's an hour later. Okay, good. Yeah, that's fine. Gonna play a video game. Gonna check
Yeah.
again. Oh, okay, we're going.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see the
The
scene.
hand, letting it intertwine a bit with mine. Good to see. Good to see you as well, little one.
Yeah, you were
It's
confused.
cringe. Like in retrospect, it's cringy. You know, like. Yeah.
But that's totally
Like
fine,
I
right?
felt
Like
bad rewatching. I was like, oh man, I wanted to skip this part. Yeah, but I did. I was like, I don't want to watch this, but I have to. You know, 'cause your face. I see you look down like, oh man, like your face is funny at that part. Like, oh, he didn't understand it, and then you say something
let's see.
like trying to like, yeah, you know, like my wife.
Let's see my face.
Letting it intertwine a bit with mine. Good to see. Good to see you as well, little one.
I'm looking at my notes real
Strange
quick.
noise
Look down.
emits
Like,
from it.
Yeah, but I
like,
have my notes. I have my notes down there. So I had my character sheet, and on my character sheet, I had the names of several characters. So I'm trying to also make sure that. Oh, right. Does he know like who that is? What's her name? Looking down, keeping it on the front of my head to like drop that you know what that machine is called.
Mm. I look to Gwyneth. What a beautiful thing they are, and the image of the one above.
I think I didn't understand what you
Can
said
you give me
there.
like a silent stare?
Yeah, the
Okay, okay. I thought
the
like the silent stare was like, man, you're
mage of the
dumb.
one above. It's like what was it
Yeah,
like?
the
Let's go back.
The
image.
image of the one above. What a beautiful thing they are, and the image of the one above.
What was so?
Like the image of the one above, because like it's mechanized, so it's pretty because it's in the image of their god, you know.
Oh, okay. If you said it correctly, I still wouldn't have understood it.
Yeah.
but
Okay, yeah. I thought
but
it
I
was
know
clear,
what
but
you
yeah.
mean. Like in retrospect, I understand now. It's like, oh, okay. So I definitely was like, shit. I don't know what he said, but I can't say that. I'm not allowed to acknowledge my stupidity. Like
Yeah.
my
Well, you would
buffoonery
make
shall not show on
scene too
stage.
real. But I mean, if your in character is like, I'm sorry, what? Like it would be like a real conversation in game. Like, I'm sorry, what did you
Yeah.
say? Like in character. But then, like,
Yeah, but
you know, like real conversation is not cinematic, like we're doing right now.
yes, for
So,
sure. Yeah, we definitely wants to be like, it's a fantastical place, like it's cool, everything.
yeah.
Like I showed human moments of my character, but stuff like, sorry, what? When I'm supposed to be the smart guy who understand things, that's like, like
Yeah.
shit. What do I do? So what did I do? I don't know. I
Yeah.
forgot.
You just press on the conversation, I think.
Oh yeah, I was thinking there, like, shit. What do I say? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Like what?
I mean, it goes, you know, like goes like
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, for sure, you know, like when you have your friend, you don't really
I
like,
agree.
you look like from different
Yes.
worlds, you know, but you still like each other. Like, yeah, man, like, yeah, for
Yeah.
sure, you know, yeah, that felt
I
like that
agree, but
to me.
let me
Like, I'm not a
ignore this
priest,
because I
you
don't.
know.
Yeah, I don't know
Yeah,
what you
exactly.
said,
That's
but
how I
I
felt.
will
Like, I'm not
say
a
I agree.
priest. Yeah,
But I did this
that's.
as a yes.
I
I
mean, I didn't
definitely
notice.
understood nothing. Oh,
Yeah, but
go
I didn't
ahead.
notice you didn't understand. To me, it was like you're just like playing the character. Like, I don't understand this religious stuff. That's how it
It
felt
worked.
to me.
It worked. Perfect.
Yeah,
That's great. That's good news.
so yeah,
So for viewers at home, 4D, you can fake it until you make it. It's totally fine. Proof right here.
exactly. It's like Tetris, you know, things like they feed itself in the end, and everything works
Yeah.
out.
Okay, let's see. Oh man, I love my plants. They're great. I just talked about my plants again. It's like don't really need. I
Yeah.
sound so casual about it. Like that line is so forced too. It's like, what am I saying? And this is one of those moments of it's your turn to say something, and all that goes out sounds stupid.
Yeah,
I just think like,
and I don't know what to say. I get it. I get you.
yeah.
Like, I felt
Jerry,
like you're trying to
well,
like maybe your
it
character.
will.
It feels like your character. You know what? I think I have a delay. Let's see if I leave the studio and come back. If it works, real quick.
Okay, yeah, let's do that.
Just give me like 1 minute.
Go ahead.
Wait.
All right, yeah. Connection is unstable. If you're on Wi-Fi, try plugging it to your router. Yeah, got an unstable connection going on. Let's see. I'm gonna try close Steam. I got a lot of things open on YouTube. Maybe if I can close some of those. If I switch this, does it change the screen? No, it doesn't. That's good. Okay. Oh, good. He's back. There we go.
There you go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I think might be.
It says
fixed now,
there's
but yeah,
a
what I was gonna
unstable
say, it felt
connection.
like your character felt. Oh, okay. All right, that could be it. But yeah, what the vibe I got is like,
Yeah.
I'm uncomfortable with the religious talk, so I'm gonna change subject. And so let's talk about the plan.
No, yes, for sure. That's one way to pick it up, and I think it works. It worked out in the scene. Like, it didn't ruin the moment. It didn't become awkward. But I've changed the subject to talk
Yeah.
about like something that I do understand, so that we both end up on the same page again because because I was lost.
Exactly. Yeah, it worked out. It was good.
Yeah, and I name dropped Cherry. Plans, they're great. And Cherry,
Yeah,
well, it will break her heart if I let the snow make them wilt in this endless winter out here. Yeah, I don't want to break Cherry's heart.
yeah,
Who's
I knew who
Cherry?
you were talking about. I just didn't get it was the orb. Yeah.
Yeah,
Sure, but
yes,
I knew.
yes,
I knew. It was like a inside joke. It's an inside thing.
exactly. And also, like, for me, it's like I'm doing this for the audience. I'm doing this for Rick. I'm making sure, okay, people they hear Cherry,
Yeah.
and why I take care of the flowers. Now I'm bringing this
It
in.
was her.
I'm like finishing the scene. Oh, like it's Homer puts up the picture on the power plant. Do it for her with Maggie on it. Like, yeah, do it for
Yeah.
Cherry.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, you're establishing like when it gets clear who Cherry is. I think like, oh, okay.
Exactly. Except I should have like made sure that you firmly understand. And Rick, like Spencer doesn't need to know. His
Yeah.
character's new. He has no clue.
Yeah.
So him,
exactly.
Yeah.
He was role
Looking
playing
around
in 5
inside.
Rick.
Yes. Okay, let's move on to the plant because I like the plant
Are any
scene.
of them edible?
Oh, this is the plant scene. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Are any of them edible? Or
yeah.
are they mostly as?
I'm sorry. Okay, I paused. Yes.
No, it was the video me talking. It was not real time me talking.
Oh. Oh, God. I can't even tell. Okay, let's go. Let's roll. Well, you see, I walked back to the kitchen and start like giving a tickle to a big trunk of a. I completely fail coming up with the words to
I like
describe.
that. Oh yeah, no, but like I like the like I thought, oh, that's cool. Like, I like that image. Like that was cool, yeah.
Plant that is growing up as amassed inside of the house around it as I tickle it. Huge, like a fist-sized pea, like squeezes out of it. I take it in my hands. Look at that smile, cutting it up. He's so happy.
Approach.
Oh yeah, some of them are edible.
Yeah, and he's so proud. Look at my kid.
Yes, look at him grow. He can run already. And then immediately I like finish my sentence as you start again, because I start with, well, you see, and then I do the thing. I can eat some of my plants.
Yeah.
And you started already, so I run and immediately fall over face first into the ground.
I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry.
No, you did great. I was falling over.
Yeah.
Right. So in that moment, I was trying. Here, I was foreseeing like on the spot. All right, I definitely have edible plants. And then I have the visual image of like a beanstalk that like grows up around a post, like a mast. That, but I
Uh-huh.
couldn't find the stupid word for post in the moment. I couldn't think of it.
No,
Like
but the
an
mask
open kitchen
word
area.
worked perfectly.
Yeah, so as like, oh, what do I
Um,
say? You hear me every second because
yeah. Rick,
it's a time
there's
filler.
one
It's a
moment that I
time
can
filler, right?
see that. Oh, I'm shiny. My green screen. I have to fix it. But yeah, I saw like
That's okay.
there was one moment Rick was also looking for a word. He was like looking for a word. Like that happened with Rick as well during the game. I don't remember which part,
Yeah.
but that happened with him. That happened
Oh.
with me. Like that's
Ah.
normal.
So so I was doing this thing on the screen,
Right.
pressed P as I tickle it. Huge, like a fist-sized P, like squeezes out of it. I take it in my hands. Put it down, start cutting it up with a knife. Oh, I'm sorry. That wasn't the part that I meant. It's like to a big. I use my hands to show what I'm trying to describe, and also to show that, like, I'm gonna mute this part of like when I try to find the words that I'm looking for it. I'm looking for it. I'm holding my chin. I'm thinking, and then I describe it using my
Yeah.
hands to like not just say what I mean, but give a reason to like look at the camera on what I'm expressing. So that was
Mm-hmm.
deliberate in when I try to do
Yeah.
online shows and also on the table to use my hands and make sure that they're in the
Yes.
frame, hopefully. Yeah,
Yeah. Exactly. I'm a big fan of that. That's why I like cameras on in games.
for sure. All right. Yeah, that's the house scene. And at some point, and now we're already how long is this? Like, yeah, 20 minutes. So it's like 10 minutes talking to Spencer, like what's happening, 10 minutes of role play. And yeah,
Yeah.
I feel like it took us a while to get Spencer into the scene, but the way Rick did it, I mean, it's called Tweaker, so we will
Yeah.
spoil everything.
I think halfway.
Having Rick, yeah,
Yeah.
go ahead, go ahead.
I mean, there's still some
Okay,
delay, but yeah, I think it's halfway the game we got together with Spencer
yeah.
and then like started like interacting, which was the coolest part for me.
Oh yeah, for
Just
sure.
being
Rick,
together in character again. It's like, that's the best part.
for sure. Rick did that beautifully, using the daughter of Gwyneth the right to pull him as a as a hired hand, so to say, like gotta help out.
Yeah,
And Spencer was like,
smart.
I don't do work. Like I'm allergic to work.
Yeah.
And we
Like,
did
hey, it's
this
my
thing.
father. He's alright. And then I think like, oh,
Yeah. I don't really want to go with this young lady to her home. Like, I'm not interested. And I was thinking that's an interesting
yeah,
choice from Spencer, that his character is not interested in at all in this young girl and visiting her at home. Because to me, it's like, oh, it's a
yeah.
pickup
I
line,
mean,
right? Like you're getting picked up and you're refusing it.
yeah, yeah. But to be fair, I think it was like, I don't know. That's my interpretation. Maybe it's like this girl probably wants to steal me or something. Like I'm not dumb to fall for this, you know. That's like what I got because he's like the guy off the streets. He's not dumb.
Yeah. Let's see if we can find that part, because I'd love to see like uh the scene.
I would like to hear some of those. Those seem
Oh,
intriguing.
He
I
pick up
I think this is the right
up
spot.
the usual bobble or two of Numenera.
I'll be glad to join you.
Okay, yeah. Here's
And
that.
she looks at Miguel and says, what are you doing at the moment? Perhaps
Yeah, so she's making the moves.
we shall
Yeah.
would you like to come and visit my family?
At the moment, no. But thank you for the offer.
Rejected.
the Sigma
Rejected.
Chad meme, you know, like put on some funk.
Yes.
Yeah.
Black and white. Move
Sigma
the
rule
camera
number
up and
55.
down.
Reject wenches. Yeah.
Play the music. Do you want to
Yeah.
come to my home and visit my family? No.
Exactly.
So I think it's completely fine to be in character and be like, no, I will refuse to join the party. I have no interest whatsoever. So for me, it's totally fine. But I always have that pressure in a session one. You start the game, like how do the characters meet? Like, oh yes, I will go with whatever the game master throws at me and agree until the party has met each other.
Yeah. I feel you. Like, I think that's a symptom, you know, from playing the way people play, you know, the 2D thing.
Yes, yeah. The GM prepared an adventure. He read the booklets for like 4 hours already. Took a bunch of notes. Got the battle maps ready. Yeah.
It's
So now
courtesy
I
at this
just have
point,
to.
you know, like you're actually gonna be gonna be impolite if you like in that situation if you don't go with it, you know, like what you're doing.
Yes.
So that's why you don't.
Yeah,
sweat.
it's rude.
It's not like that.
Absolutely.
I'm sorry.
No, it's good. I'm having bad internet connection for some reason. So it's telling me, all right, let's see. Like Rick is catching that. He's like, well, I gotta give him a reason then.
Oh, I thought you would like my father. He's one of the main rights of the Rhumba.
Ooh, that sounds intriguing.
You can see like
he got him
his eyebrow raised.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right, you say. He's important. I can use important people.
It's like a code word.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty good. I think we probably could go to a couple of other places, but we are already at an hour recording. I got 2 hours on this StreamYard thing.
You wanna skip ahead a few more? Like, there's one moment I just mentioned it. Then, like we're walking to the elevator to the lift thing, and then the Rhumba like shakes, a bunch of snow falls, and you mentioned like dodging and like cleaning yourself. I thought, oh, okay, that's good. Like you made me remember, like, yeah, I gotta ground myself a little bit more on the snow on the thing. So every now and then I would mention like raising my hood or like trying to.
Yeah.
It was a good thing you did.
I was thinking. Also, I mean, we are high above, right? But there are buildings around, so like if it's it's rumbling, snow falls off the
exactly.
of the ceilings onto my head. So I took it as a comedy beat moment.
Exactly.
I can see if I can find it.
Again, like good for building the mental image, like the mindscape.
Yeah, for sure.
That's before that. Kindling. You understand when I say you need to be a gear, not a kindling?
And you have to be a gear and not a kindling. What's that?
Kindling.
What was that?
Kindling. Like Is that is a word, right? Or I was like
when you
the
start a
thing
fire
used for
with
burn to
kindling.
burn like fuel, basically kindling.
Yes.
Yeah,
That's a word.
yeah. I was trying to
So
mention
I
like
guess
you're either going to be part of the thing or you're going to be fuel.
yeah. I guess I was lost in the metaphor then. It's like, wait, to be a
Okay.
kindling or a
Again, another
gear?
metaphor. It was stop.
No, I mean, that's quite
Yeah,
high
like
art
you're
that you're
part of it
deploying
or
here,
you're
right?
gonna be used.
Yes, yes. So that's hard. That's very hard. How
We
do
are the
I
elite.
create? How do I 4D a metaphor that's never been used before in an alien world? They all would understand the metaphors, right? But we hear it for the first time with no context
Yeah.
to our human civilization that was destroyed like 6 civilizations ago, millennia ago. That's so hard, man. That's so hard.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I feel your
Yeah. And
pain.
I was trying to
What you're deploying is high
avoid
art.
using like yeah. Oh, thank you, man. I feel less bad now. Yeah. I was just afraid, like, I don't want to rely too much on the machinery language because for them, machines are basically just a different life form. You know, like there's fish, there's plants, and then there's machines. So I was like, I need to make it sound more natural. You know, that's like there's a part in the thing that say, oh, we need to collect the flesh of a dead one. They say, oh, the mechanized flesh. You know, because machine and is like is the other side of the coin of biological life for them. So that's like, yeah, the mechanized flesh. No, it is flesh, but it's
Oh,
just
okay.
metal instead of meat, kind of a thing.
Yes, I got that impression. The more we played, the more I was just thinking. So you're an Adeptus Mechanicus, like you came out of Warhammer 40k.
Yeah,
The machine got cults.
exactly. Yeah,
At the beginning, I didn't have that
I was
impression,
like,
but the more we
I had
played,
that.
yeah, for sure. It's fun. It's fun. I
Okay,
like
good.
it.
Good.
So
Good.
let's see if we can
Yeah.
find the elevator.
In some sort of way, I think I get the concept of it.
Indra voice life, which you
It's that part.
understand taking
When I
the
say the gear and
striders
kindling, it's when we step on the elevator.
Oh, she's talking about the Striders now.
with a question, which you understand taking the striders.
Yeah.
Oh,
the
this
striders
is the
just
very
after the
end.
elevator.
Yeah. So let's go back a bit.
Onto the elevator.
Okay, the elevator was described here. Let's go back.
We pay back, and it is expected that you shall pay back as well, in some way or the other, as you're doing right now.
When you said one way or the other, I took this as a threat. Like, yes, you have ultimate rule on the Rhumba, so if you don't want to pay back, we will make you. That's what I heard.
Yeah,
So Gwyneth,
I was trying to
is
give like,
being like,
okay, like in my Kalevaz is like, he's not an evil.
I think
Yeah,
so.
like he's not evil, like he's
I
like
believe
kind-hearted,
so.
but like the cause is above all, you know. So like I'm willing to like do horrible things to, you know, the ends
Yeah.
justify the means in the situation. But overall, like
Yeah.
I will be kind, I will be nice to you, but I just want you to understand, like we're not playing games here, kind of a deal.
Yeah. From my perspective, I was also thinking like we ought to help because the Roomba is what allows our way of life. So if we like don't support the priesthood, like the whole machine could stop working. And we don't fully understand it. Or maybe like we are trying to understand it more and more, stuff like that. So we ignore the Roomba and just expect it to work, forever. It's a fool's errand. In my head, like every machine will break down.
Yeah.
Just a matter of time. It's great.
Yeah,
it's great. I love it.
It is like everything, like the way he's like, it's a tight mechanism, you know, like yeah, everyone needs to play their part like a cog, otherwise things will not work.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, let's see. Is this the elevator?
Well, I'm walking right now. I don't know if that's paying back, but I
You'll
could
be
work
soon enough.
towards maybe something.
All right, let's see.
The elevator on the side, the carriage itself emerges upwards, and the gates slide open on it, and mining workers pull themselves out, a group of them, and they see the
Is that the spot? I guess that
I
the one
think
with the snow was way
you just
earlier.
mentioned the elevator, then we step on, and it's
Yeah.
like no, there's noise before the elevator. It's like I think it's the scene before the
Yeah, yeah,
elevator. I'm not really sure.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, I think so. We don't have to skip to it. I can if you want.
Yeah.
If you wanted to show it.
Oh, yeah, but basically what happens is just describing to.
Yeah,
It's okay. You can just describe what happened. But basically, Rick mentions the Roomba shakes a little. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
I say something about the Roomba, then after that it shakes. There's like a little dramatic thing. Then like you mentioned, there's no fall, and it's like, oh, that's perfect. You know, then you mention like, and Rick goes on it, mentioning that
Yeah.
people like taking care, like with great pride, like removing the snow out of the way and stuff like that. It was like, this is perfect. So from that moment on, I tried to be mindful of the snow. I don't know if it came off like that because I had two things in mind. Okay, I need to like explain a few things to Miguel and kind of like show, yeah, like this is not like anarchy town. So and then there's no, but I think I focus more on the not indoctrinating.
Yeah,
Miguel.
indoctrinating. Yes. Make sure that Miguel is on board, right? Like part of the ship, part of the
Yeah.
crew.
Exactly.
That's very interesting to because I didn't have that impression at the start, but you're making it canon as we speak. Like every time Kalivas talks about the importance
Yeah.
of sticking together, of working with the Roomba, of like working, so that that everything works out,
Yeah.
right? Because in my head, I was
Exactly.
definitely like,
Yeah, I really.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I was thinking like people come and go, like lots of different groups. They see the Roomba as a moment to trade, to come and visit, because we bring stuff from a lot of different cultures to different areas of Numenera that a lot of people don't have access to because it's too dangerous to reach. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. So, and some people decide to stay, and those who stay, they find their niche and get to work. You know, like your character. I really wanted to see like Spencer's point of view. Like, if it is clear that like Gwyneth like has as well like a good standing in the Roomba. You know, I don't know if that's clear to people watching, but I hope it was. You know, like Gwyneth is the right. Like, he's one of the like the priesthood acknowledges him and relies on him when possible.
For sure.
Because Rick mentioned that some people like paying respect to Gwyneth as well. So
yeah, I was playing into it by being way more casual with Calibus, right? Like people are like showing their respects to you, and I'm playing into it. Oh no, you don't have to bow for me. Like it's fine. Like guys, come on, get home. Like get your cup of tea. Like don't waste your time on me.
yeah,
But I know as a
got
player, like
that
they were bowing to you, and I'm playing into it.
Yeah, it was yeah, it showed like their kind of this relationship they already had.
Yes.
Yes. Even so much that Kalivaz doesn't say much, you know, like he sees a little bit of irreverence. It's like, it's like I know him, like it's okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I was also trying to be like, the priesthood is good, like, but let's not take it too seriously. Kind of in a way of Gwyneth doesn't want people to like
Mhm.
lose their minds about the cult. I want them to respect it and not to
Yeah.
like not lose the value of life in the service of like the greater good type deal.
Yeah.
Like at some point, I
Yeah.
think
Yeah. Yeah.
Spencer
Yeah. It
asked,
comes off like
like
that.
he
I
asked,
don't.
yeah, go ahead, go ahead. It's a lag. Oh, it's horrible.
I think. Yeah. Yeah. But I think we're going to mention the same thing because he gets in your house and says, I really don't know the difference between the C people and the K people. Like, what do you know? And then you make a joke. Oh, it depends on which group you're talking to. And I just mentioned Khalifa's like kind of, like doesn't say nothing, but like, yeah, like I gotta be mindful of Gwyneth. Like, even though he's like a friend and reliable, like I still gotta be mindful that he's not convert to the faith. So like I have to, I have to be logical in some points.
Yeah, yeah. It's definitely a situation where in my head, I basically married, a Catholic girl that's part of the priesthood, and I will call myself a Christian,
Yeah,
but I'm not Catholic. I don't do the whole traditions and the whole 9 yards.
yeah,
But I will show reference when it asks of
yeah.
me for the community. I'm a community man, not the
Hmm.
religious man. So that's a
Yeah,
great
yeah. I
parallel.
think you came up like that. Yeah, I'm really excited for this like little dynamics in our next session, especially with like Cherry now. Like, again, I'm gonna be interacting more with her as Calivas, like the whole priesthood thing, and I'm really excited to see like how it develops, like these interrelationships.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I love it. I love it already. It's so great. This is I like this character a lot.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. It's a good chemistry.
for sure. Anything else that you want to mention
But
about the
yeah,
session? I think I
any
think we
other
hit the big
final
spots.
thoughts? Oh, uh, yeah, yeah.
For me, I think we got it all.
We're like getting the same bandwidth.
Yes,
Yeah,
for
for
sure.
sure. I don't think I have anything else to say. Just excited to see how things develop. But I guess just as a final note, another thing I like about RPGs is just the natural growth, natural development. Like, even though like I have a not predetermined, but I have like already a thought of atmosphere for my character. Like, I don't know how things will come out because there will be situations that I didn't think of, and then I'm gonna, okay, what does Calivas does here? Like, what will he do? And then that is going to trigger
Oh yeah.
your character's reaction, and then make Spencer's characters, and like we'll grow. So yeah, I'm like this priest, but something might happen that might maybe shake my faith or might me go like tyrannical for some reason. So that is like something that this media can do, and you can do in other games. This natural growth of this natural development. That's like amazing.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I like that a lot. I was thinking that while I'm losing the point I was trying to make. It's gone. Let's see.
Ah, put in the comments after when you remember.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I was thinking that playing the character, trying to be in character. All right, we had no roles in the session, so were we playing Numenera? Nobody knows because we didn't use the system at all.
Yeah, that's going to be for the next game. Uh,
Yeah.
gonna get some. You need some getting used to it as well because rolling and yeah. But we got the I guess, the most important part, which is
Yes,
Spencer got it. Like, I think we had a good chemistry playing character. But yeah,
for sure. All right. So yeah, I've had when we talk about like 4D play, I've had a couple of other games since we played, and I'm looking out for these points now of does the dungeon master move me or do I move myself? And even though with my good friends, like he's a great friend, love him to bits, has been playing, for decade or decades even, and running games, but it's the same established patterns of telling the players what they do, telling the players how you go into the tavern and they offer you a drink and they tell you to sit down. So you take a seat and they bring you the
this Scooby
ales you
Doo,
requested.
like Shonner says.
Yeah. And at what points, and I think he learned it like, the hard way, the way of you play games until you break it down to you can't really trust your players, so you just do everything for them because they are not picking up on it. But you want to move them because you're trying to tell a story and get to the finish point at 10 p.m. or 11 p.m. in the evening so that you can still drive home and sleep and go to work. Because you're on a time crunch.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't
Yeah,
even
I
know
mean,
if I can
everybody
criticize
knows. I
that.
think. Sorry, go on.
Yeah, I don't even know if I can criticize that because you want to play a game, so you bring the group, like who wants to play, like what, and you come together and we go with the lowest common denominator, like what people played before, or the rules people understand, or you bring up, I want to run an adventure, like I got the quest in mind.
Yeah.
So now we are playing something out of a book or out of a PDF that we downloaded online with 12 pages on it. So when you sit down to play, it's like here is the train track. So going off becomes rude, right? Like soon. Yeah. It makes
Yeah.
4D impossible.
Yeah, like I said, like if that's what you want to play, it's valid. Like if you want to play like that kind of like board game thing, like that's valid, but it's not using the full capabilities that the media has. But like,
Yeah.
you do you, Like I prefer what we did.
Yeah.
That's how I prefer now.
For sure.
But yeah.
I like this much more. And the important thing is having control of what I'm doing. I want to play in your world. Like I want to do your quest. If you have a quest, a PDF, I want to do it. I just want to be in full control of my actions. And if I die or if I
Exactly.
miss the quest, we do something else for 3 hours. I'm okay with that. As long as the other players are like role playing, like having a good time. Like, of course, for me that's still important. But if they're role playing their characters and we are doing something that we think makes sense and we play it out, that's a great session. And for the game master, I don't want him to think that it was a waste of time because he used 3 hours of prep and we didn't do any of it. That's a sunken cost, right?
Yeah. Yeah, no, definitely. I'm with you on this one, for sure.
All right.
Yeah, I think we call this one out then.
Yeah, exactly. Let's call it an end here. Last words. Anything you want to shout out or?
Last words. Oh man, again with me. I got to start and finish the thing. But yeah, it was fun. I'm just excited to continue the game, improve my mic in the next game, but also like do more grounding. Like I wanna 4D a little bit more. I wanna get Rick to smile at me too. That's what I want. So that's my goal. The next thing.
I want to be his favorite child.
Yeah, I would get a little
Yeah.
star, you know. But yeah,
Yes, give me the star for sure.
it's gonna be fun.
In my head, when I sit down at the table, I'm thinking, where am I? What do I say? And what do I do?
Yeah,
And those are the three things. So, where am I? What do I do? What do I say?
yeah,
I want to be able to do these three things every time, like somebody talks to me or when it's my turn to say something. Those are the three things I want to do all the time. Right now, I always say something, but I don't do things.
yeah.
Or like I say that I should do this, and then I
Mhm.
like put it in the room if I should or not. But it's so much. The game is smoother and faster if you just do it and see what happens.
Mhm. Yeah, yeah, no, definitely. I feel like I'm good at describing like facial expressions and body movement, but not so much like let's say the immediate surroundings, like you did with grounding, like the snow and thing. You
Yeah.
know, I describe like him walking or like getting tired, but I don't describe like
Oh yeah.
footprints on the snow. Like I want to do a little bit of that more.
Yeah. And when I think about that, I think of Shaner saying, like, don't yap, don't talk. Right? That's his favorite expression. No talking
Yeah,
for the sake of talking, but for the purpose of driving the story or like showing more of the character or building a relationship. And if like those things are done and you're still talking, that's
yeah,
if I understand Shauna correctly, of course he can leave a comment.
unnecessary. Yeah.
Yeah. That to give room and allow the scene to move on to the next thing.
Yeah,
Like,
I'm gonna get Shonered.
I'm good.
Yeah, I'm really excited to see Shoner react to the game. I'm really excited.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you know, maybe
I'm
for the next
gonna
game we can like I'll print like a little picture of Shoner and put like next to my webcam. So when I'm role playing, I can see Shoner and be reminded like, okay, gotta step up.
He's looking. I need to like teacher is looking.
Yeah, Big Brother. Yeah, Big Brother
Yeah.
is watching. You know, like Big Shoner is watching.
I was more thinking of like the sensei has to approve. I must make him proud. The master.
Oh yeah, that exactly.
All right. So I'm gonna end the
But yeah,
recording
man,
here.
that's it for me.
Goodbye.